welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a general reading for Aries for the May 16 to May 31st period. Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for Aries. Let's start with the Storyteller Oracle. I developed these cards. They really help me understand what's the story going on here. What's the most prominent story that we are going to be getting guidance on for Aries today. Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries for the mid-month to the end of the month. Bear in mind there is a lunar eclipse coming up on May 26th that will really affect things, so there'll be a reading. Look forward to that. Okay, what's going on for my Aries watching Sun, Moon, and Rising? Any more cards for Aries? Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see what order these need to go in. Just flipping over. Okay, let's see. What's the order for Aries? Thank you. Asleep is first. Okay, so Aries, there's something going on that you're not aware of. Something's going on that you're asleep to. Something's going on that Aries are not aware of. But your intuition sure is. So you need to tap into that. So your intuition knows what's going on, but you are a little bit asleep to it, okay? So it's something that you know on an awareness. Now this thing that's on your mind, it's something that's false. So it's like, we'll get more information on what this false thing is, but it's something that's false that's making you feel kind of impulsive. And it's almost like you don't know that that's what's making you feel impulsive. You think it's a different situation, right? When you see that false card. So it's like the evidence is pointing you one way, but your intuition is saying, no, that's false. That whatever is appearing in the physical world to say this is the truth, it's not. So be advised. Your intuition is what's true. The truth card fell behind intuition, but the false card came after impulsive. Where did impulsive go? It was right here. There it is. So the thing that's making you feel impulsive is false. But the thing that your intuition is saying, listen to your crown, listen to your intuition, that's what's true. So whatever's making you feel impulsive and sort of lack of conscious about, like you're not really conscious of the full story, but you feel impulsive towards whatever this situation is, that's what's false. The thing that's true, wow, you got some really specific things here. The thing that's true is what's happening in your crown chakra and your intuition. So whatever guidance spirit is sending you, that's what's true. The stuff in the physical world that's making you feel a little crazy and impulsive is false. The idea here is that you need to unify something. Something needs to come into balance with an air sign. Wow, this is very specific for you, Aries. Something needs to come into balance with an air sign. So that's Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And you're very curious. You're not curious alone. You're also, we saw impulsive, but you're also very curious about this situation and you're stuck on it. Wow, your focus is on it, but that needs to shift. Okay, we need to get you unstuck, and I need you to focus on what's inside you already. Your inner value, your inner worth, your inner riches. This card is inner riches. The abundance within that apparently you are sacrificing. Wow, you need to transmute that sacrifice into abundance because, my friend, you are an architect. That architect card is like the magician card in tarot. So that's very interesting. So something in the physical world is false. Something in the spiritual world is true. And then we saw the card unity. So that means you have to bring something into balance with an air sign. You're very curious about this. You're stuck because you know it needs to shift. You know you need to put your direction on yourself back to the inside here because you're sacrificing something that needs to change. You are manifesting right now. Beautiful. I love these cards. Okay, very interesting. Let's tuck those aside and we'll grab the tarot. Okay, so what's going on for Aries in this dynamic where something in the physical world is false, but it's making them feel impulsive. It's making them, curious. Something's got your curiosity, but this thing, it's not true. It's false. It's a false sense of something. That false card means that it's not what it appears. Okay? What it appears is what's going on in your intuition. Your intuition knows what's what. Okay, so right now we have a situation where you feel like we saw sacrifice. We saw sacrifice. You feel like you're carrying the load alone. Okay, you feel like you're carrying the load completely by yourself. And I love when Spirit is so consistent with the messages. We saw the curiosity card come up, right? At Page of Swords. Page of Swords is all about being curious. Okay, Page of Swords is about being super curious about something that's going on. It's the beginning of something that can no longer be seen in the same way. And you're curious about it, okay? You are curious, we saw that. And you do feel like you're in sacrifice currently. So this thing that you're curious about is this thing that's happening in the 3D world. That's not your real path. It's false, right? So something that you're curious about that's false is sort of keeping you in sacrifice mode when it comes to the thing that's true that your intuition keeps pointing you back to. On some level, right, on the crown level especially, this thing that you're feeling curious and impulsive about needs to come into balance, okay? It appears that it could have to do with an air sign, so Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and that you feel stuck whenever you think about this thing that is causing this curiosity and impulsivity. And as a result, it's putting your other senses to sleep, because whatever we focus on is what grows, right? And notice that a sleep card is purple because it suggests that your intuition has been put back into autopilot. So it's asleep. There's a tiny little do not disturb, I don't know if you can see it, little tag on her dress, which suggests that it's like ignorance is bliss. I don't want to know, right? It's that kind of action. And you know that needs to shift. You know that. And you need to shift it back into you. You got to bring yourself into unity first here before you can do anything else. And you are doing it. You're transmuting that feeling of stuck, that feeling of impulsive, that feeling of curiosity about something that's false. So that tells me curiosity and false. When I see those two together, these two cards, I always think of obsession. Because we're overly curious about something that's not real or not true or not useful or not necessary. It's false, right? It's an illusion. You're curious about something that's an illusion, and it's creating this impulsive vibe that needs to come into balance because you're stuck. You got to transmute that, right? You are an architect, though. Sorry, just flip that. You are the architect. You are the magician. You can control how things go. You are in control of your reality, and you know that on some level that's asleep right now. Very interesting. Very, very interesting, Aries. Okay, so what is this situation all about then? Why are they in sacrifice? Okay, because the give and take is not in balance, which is the definition of sacrifice. So something about the give and take in your world is not in balance. Tower card on the bottom here. So something needs to shift. We saw that shift card, and now we have the Tower energy here. So that really says that whatever this dynamic is, Aries, where you're sacrificing all your inner riches and the inner balance, the reciprocity is not in balance, Six of Pentacles in reverse, that dynamic needs to shift. And the Tower is here to tell you, accept that shift, okay? Accept that shift. Let things fall away that no longer serve, right? Now, this Page of Swords situation that has Aries feeling stuck and impulsive and curious, but it's false. What's going on there? What can we learn about that situation from that Page of Swords? Oh, wow. Okay, so it had to do with a relationship. Everyone, all the readings I'm doing are really relationship heavy. It's coming back to a relationship that needs your healing. Something in the past needs healing. Something that is, it's like this level of curiosity mixed with impulsivity and being stuck really shows up here. okay, with these two cards, because this card, the Nine of Swords, is a time of high anxiety. You feel bound up by something. You're not able to get past it. There's fear, there's guilt, there's anxiety, there's this foreboding future that you're worrying about, because you know what happens in the Ten of Swords, it gets you. So, excuse me, in the Nine of Swords, it's like you're up all night. Other decks show it as a person sitting up in their bed holding their face, because you're so scared, you're freaked right out. So this situation is really got you going, and it's from the past. It's something that requires reflection, healing, and rebuilding, and then releasing. Okay, but right now you're stuck in nostalgia. You're very nostalgic about this, and it's like you're so curious and obsessed about it, almost like that impulsivity mixed with curiosity and false illusions, and the stuck with this air sign, that's got to shift. You know it's got to shift. It's got to shift. You can't stay in this mode forever. You know what I mean? Now, are there truths that are significant in this past that Aries needs answers to? Are there things that Aries needs answers to? Okay, so there are some things apparently that you do need answers to. You're going to get those answers. You got the Eight of Wands here. Eight of Wands is all about a truth, but also suggests fear of consequences. Okay, so you want to know, but you don't want to know. You want to know, but you don't want to know. And it's like, it goes with what your intuition is saying, where it's like, ignorance is bliss. You don't need to know this truth. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. We've got the Ace of Rods, so it looks like the truth is coming. You will find out something here. Okay, Ace of Rods is a time where something is going to initiate for you. It could be spiritual, could be the truth of this scenario here, because we also have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands brings in knowledge. Okay, the Page of Wands comes in to help us discover something new about ourselves. And there is a restless quality about this. So that really goes with this impulsivity here. So there is a restless quality about you with respect to needing to know the truth about something. And you feel that that is the root of why you feel very restless and why you may be afraid of consequences, because you don't know the full picture. Again, we see the curiosity here, right? She doesn't know everything. One eye is still covered, but man, she wants to know. She's lifting up the veil. But we see here, again, I can't help but warn you again that it's false. It's false. So it's not as it appears, Aries. It is not as it appears. You feel that it's time to celebrate something. You feel that you want to really be celebrating. You want to have this is about an inner celebration, which brings me back to this card here, the inner riches card. Okay, that suggests a time where you feel an inner sense of celebration, reward, like you're reaping solid rewards for your actions. Okay, not sacrifice, not carrying the load all by yourself. So that's the shift that needs to happen. Right now, you're in sort of a situation that's calling out your name that caused a lot of sacrifice. You were doing everything by yourself, and it didn't seem like anyone really was grateful for that, because we also see this in reverse. So reciprocity, give and take, not equal. You know that needs to shift into a place where you're able to have inner riches and inner senses of satisfaction, not reliant on the external world for that feeling anymore, Aries. You need to bring that feeling to yourself. It's almost like this situation taught you that you can't rely on others for your happiness. You can't even rely on the external world for your happiness. Happiness is a state of mind that you can be in regardless of what's going on, because it's something that you give yourself, right? Thank you. So we see this idea that, look at this, look what's in the middle here and what's on either end. You do have something coming up where a solid commitment is going to be there, but it's like, will you choose it? You got the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles talks about a time where that being humble and being gentle and being sort of reliable and reasonable, mixed with this feeling of sadness, regret, betrayal, and feeling heartbroken in the face of possibly reaching a very solid commitment that is content and permanent in the realms of the heart. So what's going on for you right now, Aries, is it's like you're in a situation right now where you've got to heal something from the past that's actually still very active in your present. Okay, you could still be in this situation. It might not be past yet. Actually, I think you're in this situation right now. You're stuck. You're stuck in a false situation that's got you feeling all kinds of restless impulsivity, restless senses of, I've got to shift, I got to move, I got to change, I can't live in this sense of fear and anxiety and sacrifice forever. Something's got to change. And then we see all of this energy on this side of the table where we've got the intuition speaking to you really clearly, but you're asleep. So how can we help? I'm going to use a different deck, but how can we help our Aries friends here wake up to their intuition? How can we help them wake up to their crown and listen to the truth about the situation rather than feeling that triggered aspect from that false illusion that they're stuck in currently? Ace of Pentacles upright. So you need physical energy to wake up. So we need some physical action. It's interesting. I said, how can we wake you up? And you got the card that suggests someone coming over and like shaking you a little bit. Because it's like the beginning. It's the beginning of raw physical energy. It's almost like I want to come over and do a Reiki treatment on you, or give you some crystals to use in your spiritual practice so that you can get online with what your crown card just flipped here. I don't know if I'm going to take it, but it flipped for us. Yeah, you have to stop running. You got the Seven of Swords in reverse. So you got to stop running in and around this other situation. It's got you buzzing around like a bee. Again, Lovers in reverse. A lot of signs are getting this. Lovers in reverse. This is not harmonious. This situation that you're sacrificing, it's not harmonious. These lovers are not upright. There is a lack of harmony. There is a lack of balance. We saw that with the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. There's a lack of balance. There is sacrifice. You really feel like you're doing this all by yourself, Aries, and that needs to shift. It really needs to shift because you're blocking all your biggest wishes. This is the wish card, Nine of Cups, but it's in reverse. So you're by staying in this dynamic, Aries, you're blocking your ultimate wish fulfillment. We need to shift. The Tower, the shift card, right? Spirit's being really clear here. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to get an oracle card for you from another deck for your encouragement here. What are the words of encouragement for Aries so that they can walk away here? Clean it up. Very clear messages. Clean it up. You got to clean up this situation, Aries, because my goodness, we don't want to block the wish card, right? We want to clean it up. We want to start over with physical energy. We need some rest. We need some healing. We need to really accept the truth of this Seven of Swords, okay? This is not a time for you to be fake or diplomatic or cautious. You just need to deal, right? Aries needs to wake up. And when we pulled these cards, it was about how do we wake up that sense of intuition so that you're listening to it. Listen. This is where the truth lies. Okay, this is where the truth is. You got to clean it up. You got to clean up this mess here, this mess I made with my cards, because you are the architect of your life, Aries. I really think you're going to make some big strides this month, at the end of the month here with this situation. I think it's really going to become clear to you because you got so many cards about that lack of balance and the sacrifices that you're making in a disharmonious relationship, and that you need to love yourself. You need to have this inner love, this inner abundance, this inner sense of yourself that can't be removed or taken from you when relationships are coming and going. And I really think it has something to do with an air sign that you think you're in unity with. But you got that Lovers in reverse. It's not. I'm sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. Lovers in reverse. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, Aries. You take care. Lots of love and light. If this reading has resonated for you, my email's in the description below if you'd like a personal reading. And also watch for your lunar eclipse reading coming for May the 26th. Okay, take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me.